The following report contains some disturbing images.
Head by boat to Australia. End up in Papua New Guinea. We're trying to reach Australia's notorious offshore Manus Island detention camp, home to around 1,000 asylum seekers.
This is a place Australia does not want the world to see, dubbed by some the Guantanamo of the Pacific. You can see the camp there on the beach. This is about as close as we dare get because it's pretty heavily guarded. It looks pretty calm, but it's been an entirely different story inside.
Over the past year, Manus has been at boiling point. It's impossible to film inside, but these pictures were smuggled out on mobile phones. Frustrated asylum seekers locked up seemingly indefinitely. Hundreds have been on hunger strike. Some stitched their lips together. This man, we were told, swallowed razor blades. We managed to get a local to sneak our camera past Australian officials and reach the camp. Asylum seekers locked up here for almost 2 years. People are scared to talk, but we spoke to one Middle Eastern man who spent 18 months in detention before being moved to a more open prison on Manus.
My situation in detention was very, very, very terrible. We were living in one room, 2 meters squared. 4 people. It is unfair. The Australian government broke the majority of our human rights.
5 years ago, hundreds were drowning trying to reach Australia. But tough policies intercepting boats have seen the number attempting the journey drop to virtually zero. And today, Australia refused to deny reports that it had even paid people smugglers if they agreed to turn their boats back. Papua New Guinea is poor, but Australia gave the government over £200 million, not only to house the detention centre, but also to resettle refugees.
About up to three maritime.
And Australia has repeatedly said Europe should follow its lead.
There is a lesson for other countries in how to do the right thing by everyone, do the right thing by our people, and ultimately do the right thing by poor misguided people who for all sorts of reasons want a better life, but who very often end up dead if they succumb to the lure of the people smugglers.
Australia's message is simple. Asylum seekers looking for new lives in Sydney or Melbourne, no matter how desperate, will find themselves stuck in places like Manus. Cruel to be kind, or just cruel. John Donnison, BBC News on Manus Island.